It's funny because I asked Alex to do this, and then he came back to me with like an entire week by week breakdown that was so organized. And I just thought, wow, this is great. Where is this organization in our regular life? Like, like
What do you mean?
meal prepping, I don't know, anything, like any little thing. I was like, wow, he can use an Excel spreadsheet and get super organized when he wants to.
Yes, I'm able to. What do you mean I'm not organized?
It's never incredibly intense at once. It just wears you.
That's what she said.
This is, for better or for worse, the show where a beginning runner and an experienced runner help each other chase similar running goals. My name's Alex Sear. I am here with my wife, Alexis D'Souza Sear, who is looking at me kind of funny. What's going on? What's going through your mind?
Oh, I was just wondering where you were going with the intro.
Well, I was going to say that we were nice in the peak of summer, having a good time, and then I saw this look of mischief in your eye, and now I'm wondering what the heck is happening.
Yes. So I would like to open this episode with a question to you.
Okay. What you got?
And she's getting down on one knee.
What you got? You got a counter proposal?
My question is, it's August, and I wanted to ask you.
August 6th, exactly, the day we're recording this?
Yes?
Yeah.
Is summer over?
No?
No? I'm genuinely curious because what I'm finding is I notice a sensible shift with everyone around me, with the marketing, with seeing clothes on display at stores, and it's leaning towards fall fashion right away. And I think that's what I'm seeing also in social media and my algorithm is a lot of like fall forward things, like pumpkin patch season is coming in and let's wear cashmere to school because cashmere sweaters are great. So now I'm kind of falling into this, fall is coming around the corner and it's so cozy, and I'm starting to get into a fall mindset, and I wanted to see if you were there too.
Oh my God, absolutely not. I am deep into the summer. So technically deep. Like technically fall starts on September 21st, right? That's the first official day of fall.
That's
which is
correct.
Like almost 50 days. It's like 45 days away.
Yeah, but the official day isn't really the actual day. Because if you think about winter, it starts on December 21st, but anyone would say once you hit December or November, as soon as there's snow, you're in winter.
Well, if you live in Canada, it's winter half the year. But like,
right.
You're talking trends and marketing, and yeah, for that it's fall. Like go to the dollar store and all of the things on the aisles are fall and Halloween stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not real life.
That's
not real life. Look at my watch. If you're watching on YouTube, look at my watch tan. I think I'm putting this into focus. Sorry, this is bad podcasting, but I am more tan than I've ever been. My actual skin color is very pale. And right now I'm getting so much sun. The days are very long when you're in a place like we are with 4 seasons. No, this is deep summer. I have no feeling that summer's almost over. I have many patios left to visit. I have many hot, sweaty runs left to do.
I think you're in denial because I do believe that once we hit August 15, summer is over. So this is growing up in my household as a kid. So I have a sister who's a year older than me and a brother who's 2 years younger. So in our household, during summer break, my dad would want us to wake up early in the morning, like 6:30, 7 a.m. And we were kids and we were waking up at like 9, 10, 11.
You're clearly off that habit now. Okay.
Yeah. And so the joke in our family is my dad would always wake up, and whenever we would show up to breakfast late at like 10 a.m., he would be like, oh, you guys missed the entire morning. Summer's almost over. Like, it's over.
So he weaponized FOMO for you guys to get you to not just lie around in bed all day and do nothing. Did you guys have chores to do? Is that the case?
Yeah, we had chores or homework or summer homework.
So that's why you're wishing away summer.
No, I'm not wishing away summer. It's indoctrinated in my brain that once mid-August comes, summer is kind of It's over.
I don't know what you're doing, man. So like if you're listening from, if you're one of our down south neighbors, and not even North US, but South US, you don't deal with the pain of living in the cold, wet darkness for about 6 months of the year. That is pretty much the reality up in here in Toronto. So I think you should be holding on to summer. I'm not sure why you're doing this. It's making me a little bit depressed.
I just like to get under your skin.
Yeah, well, because I feel like there's so much of summer left. Although,
And we do have a birthday coming up.
who's?
Alex's birthday. He's turning 31
Yes,
very soon.
31. A birthday that means nothing. Although I missed my 30th birthday party last year because we were not in the city. So I celebrated with my family in Salzburg, which was very fun. Maybe this year we throw a party, but I think I know what you're doing. I think something has gotten you excited about the fall. And I wonder...
I see what you're doing.
I wonder...
Nice segue.
If it's the fact, thank you. Is this the fact that you, Alexis D'Souza Sear, are embarking on your first real training season for a fall 5K? And now we've telegraphed your weeks and your training all the way to October. And now you're so excited that you cannot even wait for the leaves to hit the ground and the races to get going. Is this what's happening?
Alex, you got me. You really got me there because that's exactly what's happening.
She's being sarcastic.
That's exactly what's happening. I am so excited to start my training plan. So excited.
I'm nervous to have you start. So we decided to not go and listen to common wisdom that we've accrued through the comments of this channel and from generally just the people in our lives who told us
what are you talking about?
That it's a bad idea for a husband to coach a wife.
Oh, yes, that.
I've never wanted to coach Alexis. I
don't think he's coaching me. I think he made me a training plan and then I'm going to run with it. But I don't expect you to.
Well, I'm not going to follow you with a stopwatch, if that's what you're saying, but,
I don't know.
I am the one who has crafted you a training plan, which for now makes me your coach.
Okay, but if I have questions about it, like I can ask you, but oh, geez, you are my coach. No.
You asked for this.
I mean, who else was I going to go to for a training plan?
We literally have coaches on the Marathon Handbook team. You could have asked Coach Caitlin.
Okay, well, if I find Alex a little bit annoying throughout this entire training season, I will go to Caitlin. Thank you.
So call this episode my pitch to Coach Alexis. We've made her a plan. I sent it to her a few days ago. She got a good look at it, got an idea of what it's going to look like to try and run her fastest ever 5K by mid-October. I'm basically pitching this idea to you. You've come with your questions. You were a little skeptical about a few things. We're going to talk about that today. This is the theme of our episode today. Alexis scrutinizes her fall training plan. So, slight little background. If you didn't listen to the previous episodes, that's totally fine. Alexis did a time trial, a way to see where she is fitness-wise before going on this 5K journey. She had never done a race before, so it was important to know. Does a 30-minute 5K feel easy? Does it feel hard? You left the 5K course with a time of 28:53 and a hope that you could eventually go faster with, if we pull a few levers, give you some super shoes, start the race at 10 when we say that we're going to start at 10 and not rush back home and pick a camera up, have a better pre-race fuel than Diet Pepsi. There's so much that we can do, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. We're going to get her so fast. And so from then, I made a plan, passed it to you, and we're going to scrutinize the plan because you, Alexis D'Souza, Sear, set a goal.
I'm married to you.
Yes, forgot. You set a goal to break 28 minutes, and I'm here to tell you that I think you can go way faster than that.
I am so here for it. So Alex has been telling me that, and then in some of the comments on our previous episode, there are people in the comments saying that they think I could do 27 or 26. So now it's kind of going straight to my head, and I really think I could get there too. And so I'm excited. Yeah, I think I could go fast. I think I have it in me, and I'm pumped to start this training season. I've never done a training season before.
So let's get into it. We'll pull up the training plan itself on the screen so that look at it as we go through it. Maybe I'll give a quick overview of what this training plan is about.
Also, before we go into the training plan,
Yes.
it's funny because I asked Alex to do this, and then he came back to me with like an entire week by week breakdown that was so organized. And I just thought, wow, this is great. Where is this organization in our regular life? Like, like
What do you mean?
meal prepping. I don't know anything, like any little thing. I was like, wow, he can use an Excel spreadsheet and get super organized when he wants to.
Yes, I'm able to. What do you mean I'm not organized?
I feel like if you translated this to like meal prep and grocery runs, that could just be a killer 1 month of food.
Meal prepping for us consists of visiting your parents on Sunday and hawking back some food to the city. That gets us through Tuesday.
But do you get my point?
I do. Training plans are fun to make. I don't call myself a coach. I have coached before. I don't have many athletes. You and your siblings are the only people that I coach. But I've spent enough time with Coach Caitlin and some others, and even my coach, John, and just going through a lot of 5K training myself to think I know how to make a coherent plan. So
one more question before we get into it. Now that you are my coach,
yes,
usually I get like a sports nickname, right?
That's not part of the coaching plan.
Every movie I've watched where there's like a coach and an athlete, they usually have like a cool nickname. And I thought a cool nickname could be fun for this.
You're pigeonholing. So for the 6 years that we've been together, Alexis has tried to get me to nickname her Ace. I'm like, why Ace? Also, you can't give yourself your own nickname.
I've never had a nickname my whole life, and I just feel like in sports you always get a nickname, and that's like a club I wanted to enter. And so I think about it while I do this training plan. And
yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Nicknames are an emergent thing. I can't give you a nickname and then have you embody that nickname. You have to do something, and by the end of this training block, based on what you do, I'll have a nickname for you. I promise.
Perfect. Okay.
We also are accepting suggestions in the comments of what I should nickname my wife. It's so weird. So let's pull up this plan.
Okay.
I'll give a quick overview of what this is for the audience at home. This is a 10-week plan because this is where we're at in time. Your goal race is in 10 weeks. Usually a plan might last more like 12 weeks, but semantics. To help you run your fastest 5K ever. This is a beginner's plan, so the distances and the goal paces are more set for a beginner, but this is kind of something that you can scale up and apply to pretty much everyone. The plan that I had for my 5K block, because I did a big 5K training block earlier this year, is not too different from this. There's a couple just foundational things. One, there are 3 paces for you.
Okay.
And I think this is going to be the key thing to work on for you this fall.
Okay.
Is to differentiate between running easy and then running hard on workouts and then finding that third gear on race day. And so bring that down to paces that translates into 3 things. Easy running pace, threshold pace, which you'll be running for many of your workouts, likely once a week. Threshold pace is like the pace you can hold for an hour. So It's not going to kill you, but it's a little more it's a little less comfortable than your easy running pace.
So what is easy running pace then? What you could hold for like 5 hours?
Well, you could, not 5 hours, but when you go out and you just go for a run and you come back, that should be your easy running pace. And if you come back...
I don't understand though, because I don't run longer than an hour. So usually when I go out for a run, then technically it would be at my threshold pace, right?
Yeah, and so I think we're gonna have to change that. So I actually called my coach, John LaFranco, and asked him about how to train someone whose paces are all kind of close to each other.
Right.
So your issue has been that I didn't quite understand. You go for easy runs and you run at about 6-minute pace, and you come back and you feel like you don't feel destroyed. Maybe at first you did.
At first I did. Like at first I'd come home and lie on the ground, but now it's totally fine.
And then you race a 5K last week, and you average, I calculated this, you average 5:47 per K, and that was hard.
Right.
That's just 13 seconds per kilometer of a difference. That's not much of a difference. For me, between my easy running kilometers and my 5K race pace, there's almost a minute and a half of difference.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And your threshold pace, you don't know, because we've never really done a threshold workout. So I asked John, I said, is it that she's doing her easy runs too quickly? Is it that she's not racing fast enough? What's going on? Because the margins are too close.
Okay.
And he said, it's neither. She just hasn't developed her gears yet. He doesn't think you're doing your easy runs too slowly or too quickly.
Okay.
He thinks you're in the right range because, and I see it, you come back. If I told you that you have to do this for an hour, you could, but you need to develop that ability to run that far.
Okay. I think I follow.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that between threshold and easy pace, there should be about a minute difference.
I'm saying between your race pace and your easy pace, there could be about a minute difference once you become more accustomed to doing workouts. And then your threshold pace is a pace in between.
Okay.
So we're developing 3 paces. Easy,
Gotcha.
threshold, which is in the middle, and then race, which
This
is your
is so
hardest.
fun. Why didn't I know this before?
Because you never asked me to be your coach.
Well, this is good information. I've been running for a couple, since January.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's it's one of those things. I think when you started running, you just needed to get out the door and do it a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Take this as a step 2 of training.
Okay.
Because at first it's just
Awesome.
if you can string 3K together without stopping, that's good. And then it became 4, then 5, then 6. I think that was your step 1, just learning to run continuously
And
for a while.
to just get out the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And now we're tinkering with things a little bit and we're taking it a bit more specific. So here's the deal. So now you're seeing this. Do you think this is a lot? What was your first impression when you saw the training plan?
My first impression is that there are too many acronyms that I don't understand.
Okay.
What is WU? What is CD?
Warm up, cool down.
Ah.
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I should have registered
Yeah.
that.
No, that's okay.
And my second thing that I find a little bit difficult with this training plan is that you have me running 4 days a week.
Yes.
And that already is a lot. So right now I'd say I'm hitting 3 runs consistently a week. And I feel like adding a 4th and holding that for how many weeks of a training plan is this? 10?
10.
10 weeks seems like a lot. So is that normal? Are you supposed to do 4 out of 7 days running? Could you do 3 instead? What if you miss a workout? I feel like it's hard to consistently stick to this with work and life and everything in between.
The tough love answer is eventually you'd want to get up to almost every day.
Okay.
6 days a week, even 7. But that I think would be a few steps down the line.
Okay.
Right now, 4 is good. And also, if you think that 4 might be too much, like if your life is busy, there is one of these 4 days that is the right one to cut, and that's the smallest one. So you see day 3 here, that's just a maintenance run, just to train you to put in a bit more mileage every week. But
Okay.
if there's one that you have to cut, it would be that one. The other 3 days each have a specific purpose. The day 1, every time you see hard or race pace, that's the same. That's race pace. The pace that you'll eventually want to run for 5K.
Okay.
And over the weeks, that pace will slightly increase. I'd say right now, say that first workout, 8 times, 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. Your minutes hard, you should do them how the 5K race that you did felt. We're going off feel. You don't have to be perfect on paces. They're short intervals, but it's just to get your head wrapped around what you think race pace should feel like.
Okay.
And that'll adjust. So that's day one. And you see as the day ones continue from week to week, those reps end up being a little bit longer. Eventually you'll do
Right.
3 minutes in a row continuously at race pace. Eventually you'll get up to 1 kilometer. Near the end of the training block, you'll be able to handle 2 kilometers in a row at 5K pace times 2.
Okay. And back to race pace.
Yeah.
What should that be? Like if you said an easy run should be what you can hold for more than 2 hours, and then threshold is what you could hold for an hour. So what is race pace? Like what you could hold for 10 minutes?
Let's hope 25 minutes.
Which is,
Your 5K race pace.
okay, so gotcha. So for the race day, you should just run your entire run in race pace.
That's it. Yep.
I see.
And for you right now, race pace, we'll call it around 29 minutes because that's what you've run.
Okay,
Something you could hold for 29 minutes. It's your 5K race pace.
okay. Because I was under the impression that when you do a 5K, you have different paces within each kilometer. But so your race pace, does that have a buffer of 10 seconds between each?
Yeah, and like, I think that's an important thing to talk about. So, yes, in a race, your kilometers will always fluctuate. That's just normal, depending on the course and how tired you are. But also, it's going to get faster from week to week. So, like over a season's time, the race pace like what you consider race pace will change. And even from week to week, it's better to not go into it with a goal of running, say, 5:45 race pace. And if I'm 5:40, I messed up the workout. And if I'm 5:50, I'm too slow. It's about ranges, and it's a goal. And you have to prepare that, like, on some days, race pace is going to feel really easy. And on other days, race pace is going to feel weirdly hard. And so you just have to accept that, okay, today I'll be a little bit slower, and we'll call it race pace. Especially in your case, because you're a beginner, there's going to be a lot of fluctuations. There will be days where it's just going to feel super hard. And there are some days where you'll get to the trail, you'll run and feel like you've just broken through to a new level. And that will happen because you're new to it.
Okay.
So we're going to operate with feeling
All right.
as opposed to perfect paces. I think it's good to like have a watch and track those things just so that you have an idea. But it's not a perfect pace. It's more a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. What are your credentials for making me this plan?
Husband. Husband. And
This is an interview.
yes, 5K runner. So we can get into this a bit later. I also did a full 5K block. I've learned a lot because I was a 5K runner back in 2018, 2019. And then for the first time this year, went back to the distance and ran the fastest 5K of my life.
Yes.
Kind of relearned, and then instead of just figuring my way through it like I did in 2021, 2022, I actually worked with a coach, and so I'm basically mimicking my own coach.
Okay.
That's my credential.
Perfect.
Yes,
I just wanted to know your credentials
that's
before
good.
we get into this.
that's good. This is a
Wanna-
job interview after all.
Make sure I'm being responsible about my training plan.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
I also have another question when I look at this.
shoot.
There is no strength training, and I've been kind of cognizant of that and trying to like do an arm workout or core in my workouts this week.
This is my fault. I just didn't highlight it well enough. There is strength training twice a week.
Twice a week.
Twice a week.
Okay.
And I recommend that you do it on the running days, just so that you can bunch it together. And
They're
so
all running days.
you're running 3 to 4 days a week, right? So some days you're taking a day off.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just easier to schedule that way. It's like kind of a 20-minute stop at the gym afterwards, do that maintenance work that you've already been doing. But yes, absolutely strength training.
Okay. Sounds good. So are you going to help me be accountable for this? Or are you just, how does it work? When you start a training plan, should you have an accountability partner? Because this is intimidating, to be frank. But I mean, it excites me, but it's also intimidating because like you have to do all these workouts for 10 weeks and you have to make sure that you're progressing at some point. So doing the complete thing and not just giving up when it gets hard. And so do you recommend a beginner finding someone who's also going through this to like have an accountability partner?
A training partner is like the best. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to be the accountability partner? Because I feel like that's not a good idea.
I don't think so.
I don't want to be the nagger in the morning being like, oh, are you going to do your...
I don't think that's healthy for our relationship.
No. And
so
I kinda
maybe
don't wanna do
not.
that.
Yeah. And also I feel if you were my training partner, I think it would be fake because I know you could run way faster. So is it nice to like have a training partner that's also at the same level as you?
Yes. Yeah. And no, I'm not going to do these with you. I got shit to do.
What?
No, this is
No
you.
kidding.
This is you. If you found a training partner, that'd be really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, that also always makes things easier. But I think that the best way to approach it is in a hierarchical fashion, and just remember what days are the most important. So we kind of went over the hard run, the day one. The day two in the week is the threshold run. Mm-hmm. So as we talked about a little bit, the intervals there are longer.
Right.
Because the pace is a little bit slower.
Yes.
But it will feel a little harder than your easy running pace. So you'll treat it as a workout. It starts pretty, with pretty mild reps, like 2 times 5 minutes. That you'll be able to handle that, and eventually progresses up to say 2 by 10. So we're being generally conservative, but it'll teach you to like run for extended periods of time at a pace that's a little bit faster than easy pace.
I don't understand 2 times 5 minutes. Does that mean after 5 minutes I take a break?
Yeah. It means you'll take about a 1 to 2 minute break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So I think this is pretty cool to look at because I've never really done warm-ups or cool downs. I've just run, and I've never really scheduled that. Mm-hmm. And we did have someone note in the comments of the time trial that I wasn't warmed up because you could tell from my arms placement that I was very like rusty at the beginning of the run versus settling into it. So I think that's pretty cool to add in now, knowing that I should be doing a warm-up. Mm-hmm. I always thought warm-ups were just stretching.
Yeah, no, it's good to like run easy before you run hard. If you're just going for a run, then I don't really warm up. Like you'll see me, I'll just get out the door and I'll do my run. Mm-hmm. But if there's a fast portion, I'll make sure that I don't get out the door running super fast. Like it's good to have a little build up to it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This whole plan, take it as your introduction to a lot of the little pieces of running etiquette that exists, and the little things that people do behind the scenes to improve. You've managed to put several weeks together of just doing regular runs. Now you're looking at a beginner's version of what all of us do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is your entry into nerddom.
Okay.
You may be interviewing me, but in a sense, I'm also interviewing you. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Why did I say that so skeptically? Yes, I am. I think I'm ready.
It's not so bad. And again, like, this is a plan. This is like a blueprint, and things will adjust and adapt, and maybe some weeks you're feeling tired, so we bring things down. Maybe over time you feel like the threshold workouts are too easy, so we make them a little longer. Like, this is all something that we can tweak.
Yes.
So don't see this as gospel. Like this changes a lot. Usually, my coach actually gives me my training week by week because things change.
Right.
But for the sake of completion and the fact that we have like a fall goal, we made this full list. But things can change.
Okay. So just looking at this, I am a very visual person. Yes. So the way I plan for the next 1 or 2 months, I'm thinking about what's happening in the month, and that's just kind of how I've always operated. And I think I need to take this Excel sheet and make it into something visual that I can be proud of.
Do you want me to color code it?
Yeah, I think color coding it. I saw this really cool thing around like the New Year's timeline where people have punch cards. So every time you accomplish something, you had the workout, for example, on a punch card, and you get to punch it out.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like a thing later on, or a sticker. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to make it pretty.
Good idea. Yeah, whatever works. Like those are good stuff. That's all good stuff. Yeah. Shout out to the bingo cards. People have bingo cards for the year, like things that they need to like get done over 2026. That was friends Scott and Laura put us on this idea, though I haven't made my bingo card. Here's a start. Any other things about this plan? Oh,
I think one thing that jumps out is that you have me hitting 10 kilometers at one point as the longest easy run. And I've never hit 10 kilometers before. Originally, I thought that would be my goal for this podcast, just like in my first race would be a 10K race. But now that we've switched to doing a 5K fast one, it just kind of shocks me to see that I have to still do 10K. Why?
So, yeah, I guess it's funny, right? Like some people listen to the podcast, they have distance goals. Like they want to complete a 10, they want to complete a marathon. And then usually what comes after that, once you've done it, are time goals. So you've done a 10K, okay, in an hour. Now what? You want to do it in 50 minutes.
Yes.
You want to do it in 45. So what's kind of weirdly happening here is we've skipped the whole completing a 10K goal, and instead we're focusing on the 5. And we're trying to run a fast 5K. And in order to run a fast 5K, you need long runs every now and then. You need to be well able to run longer than just 5K. In a more experienced 5K training plan, you'd have people running up to 20K, even 25K long runs. But as a beginner, that would be a lot to start with that. So we're going up to 10K. And if this training plan goes well, by the time you get to that week where you're doing 10K, it won't be hard.
Wait, did I hear this correctly? You said people training for a fast 5K hit 25K long runs?
Yes.
Whoa. That intuitively does not make sense, but sure.
Yeah, over distance. So like the myth with the 5K is that you don't need to learn to run long and develop your aerobic capacity. That's not true. That's not true. You need a lot of running. Now, it doesn't scale. It's not like since you're training for the marathon, which is 42K, 26 miles, you're going to do training runs of 60 kilometers. Like it does not scale that way.
Right.
But a 5K is in this weird zone where you need speed, you need a good VO2 max, like speed endurance. You need to be comfortable running fast, like very fast for an extended period of time. But you also need a good aerobic engine, like a cardiovascular engine, which means you need to be comfortable running for a long period of time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. I'm excited to hit the 10K mark because that has been like a side goal of mine. And so it says I'm going to hit that in a week, 7 or 8.
Around mid-September.
If this all goes to plan. I have a question about threshold, easy, and hard race pace.
Yep.
Should I do it by heart rate? Because should your threshold pace be like 150 to 160 heart rate, and then easy is like 140, and then hard like race day is like 170?
Did you do some research before this?
No, I have not. Like I actually have been looking at my watch when I've been running.
Okay.
Because I don't know, like after doing the time trial, I think I could go faster. And when I mentioned that during that time trial, I was at like 150 was my heart rate.
Yep.
And you were like, you're good. That's so easy. Like, are you even trying? And in my head was like, of course I'm trying. But now looking back, should I have been literally like huffing and puffing trying?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I think I did that wrong. And so that's why it makes me think about heart rate for different races.
Yeah. Well, your estimate is pretty good. Like an easy run, and heart rate's a good thing to track. I'll tell you why I think it is, and I'll also tell you why maybe it's not the only thing to track. So yes, like if do you ever look at your heart rate during easy runs?
Yes.
And you're around 140, something like that?
140 to 150.
Okay, that's pretty good. Like usually they call it zone 2, right? You want to be in zone 2, which I think is anywhere between like 120 and maybe up to 140, 145. We're kind of in that range. That's good. So it's a pace that you could sustain for a long time. And then your threshold pace is usually around that, like 150 to 170. Mine will creep up sometimes 175 if I get a little bit greedy. And then your race pace goes beyond that. So yeah, heart rate's it's a good benchmark. If you have a good GPS watch, it'll be able to tell you, though there is some error in there sometimes. And so I think the best thing to do is to really go off feel. Like they call it the RPE scale, the rate of perceived exertion, which is just a fancy way of saying, how tired are you from 1 to 10 on a scale of 1 to 10?
Okay.
And on an easy run, you want to be at like 5 or 6. You know, this is tough, but it's fine. Threshold 7, 8, race pace 9, 10.
So aren't there studies that show that women don't respond well to the 1 to 10 scale?
Really?
Yeah. I think maybe I'm making this up because I think women are just harder than men.
They don't respond. How so?
That women will undersell the level of pain they're in versus a man. So if you ask them, like, how much pain are you in? They'll say, you know, I'm hurting, but I'm a 4 out of 10. Whereas a man would be like, 7 out of 10.
What are you talking about?
I think this is real, unless I made it up in my head, but I think it's because it's also a thing that people tell you in the emergency room. So when you go to the emergency room, you go to triage, and they ask you your pain tolerance on the scale of 1 to 10. Mm-hmm. And they usually have those smiley faces. So like 10 is like, you're like the red emoji and you're like crying. And like 1 is like, you're just like a little smiley face.
Yeah.
And I've been told that usually women will like underplay what they're feeling. And they'll say that they're like under the 5 in triage. So I don't know.
Maybe this is your problem, and you underplay your pain tolerance. That hurt.
I know that hurt.
See, this is like a tiny thing. Maybe most women, maybe not you.
I think this is a real thing.
No, it might be. I have no idea. This is the first I hear of it.
Okay.
Let us know in the comments if this is true. If you are a woman and you think you can sustain more pain than your male partner,
I actually think there's studies on this. So
there might be.
I'll find my reference for that.
I have not
unless
done
I'm just completely talking out of my ass.
There you go. I've not done my lit review, but I will say this. Speaking of emergency rooms, I need to get better at showing that I have pain. I was unable to sell my anaphylactic shock to a triage nurse once.
That's correct.
I have an anaphylactic nut allergy, and I had nuts by mistake. It was a blue smoothie. The bartender told me that there were almonds in the smoothie, which I can have. Mistook them for cashews, which I cannot have. Harmless mistake, unless you're me and about to keel over and die.
Not a harmless mistake.
We go to the emergency room, and I go to the triage nurse, and I'm going under anaphylactic shock. You need to let me in. And she says, honey, you can speak. You're not dying. I said, no, but it is getting worse. And she says, just sit there and wait. You're overreacting. And so I had to my way into the emergency room. I got
this was a bad experience because he was getting to that point. Like he doesn't go anaphylactic right away, luckily.
Yeah.
It usually takes the span of an hour. And
studies call it a biphasic reaction, or at least my sister, who is a doctor.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it takes an hour. So we get there, we're like at the 45-minute mark, and we both know, okay, we have like 10 minutes, and the triage nurse just decided that this was false. To the point where there was someone else in the emergency room, like a mother, who came up to us, and she's just like, I have an EpiPen in my backpack for my son. So if you need it now, you can have it.
I was about to get saved by a civilian until I finally started to turn red in the face. And so they let me through.
Yeah.
Scary moment.
Scary moments.
So
we have too many emergency stories.
Yeah, a lot of
emergency room stories.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, so
we're still here.
We're still here. You can't kill us off, at least not yet. If you ever want to get rid of me, just give me some Nutella and I will die in the kitchen.
Yeah, and he's trying to kill me with this training plan.
Well, I'm looking through it to see if there's anything else to talk about. So here's the other thing. Most important days of the week are days 1 and 2. Those, if you can only run twice a week, those are the 2 days that you should pick.
Okay.
Third most important day, I really should have ranked them this way, is day 4, the long run.
Okay.
That's 3, and then that's 4 if you can squeeze it in. Now, the other last thing, don't do day 1 and day 2 one after the other. At least let 2 days pass between day 1 and day 2 here, because they're hard days. You need some recovery in between.
Okay.
So no like, oh, I'm free on Monday and Tuesday. I'll do the threshold on Monday and the race pace on Tuesday. That's a recipe for disaster.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to go into these tired.
Right. I think this training plan is lovely, but there's all these little notes that we need to add in there because how would I know that? Oh, you wrote it in the margin.
I did.
Okay.
Do you want to go through?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're doing your job.
I'm not good at marketing this plan, but I did write everything in here. So if we go through it quickly, easy pace, 6 minutes to 6:30. The key with easy days is don't think about pace. Just go run at a pace that feels comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better to be on the side of slowness than on the side of speed and then be tired for your harder days. And again, so we talked about this threshold pace right now will go off feeling. And what I think you'll see happen is eventually your threshold pace will become the pace that you were running at for that 5K, perhaps even faster, just as you get used to workouts. It's not going to last that your threshold pace is about 10 seconds faster than your regular running pace, and then your race pace is barely faster than that. There's going to be a big separation in those paces coming in the next few weeks, but don't force it.
Okay.
Go by feel. I think that's it.
Great.
Any other questions?
No. I think this is great, and I will try my very best.
Good. Well, then, I have a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
To take your common phrase. Not a bone, actually just a question.
Okay.
What's up with the treadmill, man? On nice days like today, when it's 20 degrees outside, which I guess is like, 72 degrees Fahrenheit, beautiful summer days, you go on the treadmill. You're on the treadmill more often than you're outside. What's happening?
I really like the treadmill runs.
Why?
I can increase my pace, and that's what I've been working on. So I start off at 5.5, and then I go to 5.8, then I go to 6, then I go to 6.5, and then I end off at 7. And it's just great.
So you're already doing progressive runs.
Yeah. Well, so I am really competitive with Alex, unfortunately. Is this a good recipe for a marriage? I don't know. But
I think it's fun.
basically, he told me that the way I originally wanted to do the time trial 5K, which was, in my opinion, a progressive run, I was going to get faster. And he told me that that's a really hard way to run a 5K. And so I've internalized that and taken out my frustration around him telling me that's hard on the treadmill, saying I can do this progressively fast.
Yeah, but
so that's why I've been doing it on the treadmill.
This is your problem, okay? On the treadmill, it's not a race. You can run progressively on an easy day, but in a race, you're running so hard to start off with. It's harder to get progressive. The thing you're going to learn throughout the season, again, is that there are easy runs and then there are races, and they feel differently.
I just want to prove Alex wrong and just be like the underdog. So everything he tells me, I'm like, yeah, I could do it faster.
Okay, prove me wrong. You're not going to run faster than 26 minutes this fall.
Oh, but that's a hard one to start off with.
But I think you can do it. And so does Philip Watts. A couple audience comments. And I pulled out Philip Watts's comment, not because it was particularly special, although we appreciate the comment, is that it echoed many other comments too. Philip says, notes Alexis mentioned running 30 minutes before. Okay, he notes, okay, I don't understand my own notes. He says, you've said that you ran 30 minutes before in a past episode, so it's no surprise that you entered 29 minutes. I agree with you, Philip. Now training for a 5K race, she can aim for 28, 27, 26, 25, he says. He's bullish on you, as are a few other commentators. Not to take that as pressure. I think this is just kind of a fact that, like, you know, if the training goes well, you stay healthy, you have fun throughout it, you'll see your times get quite a bit faster. And then he says 400 or 800 repeats, anyone, which in this plan, because we're not really going to go on the track that much, I don't think, is somewhat the equivalent of your like 1 minute, 2 minute reps at race pace. It's going to get you faster.
I see. It would be really fun to do one of those weeks on the track with you.
We could go to the track, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay.
That's a really good idea, Philip. I'd like to go on the track.
There we go. And I will be the one to get in your head and tell you that there is no way in hell that you're breaking 26 minutes this fall.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
We've created
I don't
a
know if
monster.
I'm going to do that. 26 seems like a stretch, so I'll try.
Let's take that out of our minds. What time feels just scary enough for you and very doable in your mind?
Anything that's like 26:50.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're making the
Yeah.
Michael Jordan out of you. Remember Michael? Do you know Michael Jordan?
Yes.
Yes. When he had the Last Dance documentary, when he would invent adversaries in his head just to get himself going.
Oh, welcome to my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is me every day.
You're Jordan.
Me against me.
You are Jordan. Good. Okay. So, shall we move on from this training plan and put it to bed until you make it prettier?
Yes. And I'll start off. So, do you start off like on Sundays?
Doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Any day of the week.
I start on Monday. That's just how my week starts.
Yeah.
But
makes sense.
it doesn't really matter. It's when you can fit it in.
Perfect. Okay. Great. We'll keep you posted.
We will keep you posted. Now, gut check. I have a question for you.
Sure.
How do you feel about banditing races? You know that term?
No.
Banditing races. So doing a race despite not signing up for it, not paying for it, just kind of like showing up and camouflaging yourself inside of the field and then doing the race. Allowed? Not allowed? Should it be allowed?
I don't think it should be allowed. I know that people are there to pull people from the race course who don't have bibs. I've seen that happen when I've come to your races.
Say you were, really? Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, sometimes people, especially at the end, I see this, like when I'm usually waiting for you to finish, people like sneak onto the course because they're just trying to help their friend or partner or whatever get to the finish line and they want to run with them. Sometimes people hand off babies to the person running.
What the heck happens at these races?
And then the mom or dad carries the baby like right through the finish line, and it's really cute. I see it a lot with babies and kids, but sometimes I see some stragglers join in, and then the race cops or whoever they
Yes.
are, they yell at them to get off the track. Or
So,
not the track, the race course.
so the babies are banditing these races, is what you're saying?
I've seen babies bandit.
You've seen babies bandit the races?
Yeah, but they're so cute, and it's like a nice moment, I think, for the person running to
Now-
like run with their kid.
Sure. Now, if you are the race cop and you see someone banditing the race, do you scream at them? Do you ignore them? Or do you do something else? You get
Okay,
physical.
I think there's a difference between what we're saying, because I've seen the bandits at the very end when they're just trying to, get to the finish line together with the person.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a bandit from the start, like you just wanted to enter the race by yourself and you're not there for anyone else, I think that's different.
Okay.
Because you're not trying to cheer anyone on at that point. You're just trying to enter a race illegally, so to speak.
So with all that said, let me show you this clip.
Okay.
We'll play it also on the feed. You see?
Oh.
So this might have been the most viral running clip of the week. It is of a 70-year-old man known only as Don Jose, who bandited a race in Huamantla, Mexico. The race was full, but he ran it anyway. And then this race cop just absolutely clotheslined the guy with, they said, about 10 meters to go. The 70-year-old fell to the ground, dislocated his shoulder.
Oh, no.
He was set to run the Mexico City Marathon later this month. I think it happens on August 30th, and looks like with the injuries he won't. I think he or his family threatened a lawsuit, but the race cop and the family settled. I guess the cop will pay for his medical bills. Went crazy, went viral, partly because it split the internet in half between people calling the race cop a monster for nailing the guy to the ground, and then other people saying that Don Jose had it coming and that this is a proper warning sign for other people who are banditing races that are already overcrowded. So, Ace D'Souza Sear, where do you stand?
What race was it? Like a half?
It was I'm not sure what the race was, but it was in Huamantla, Mexico. It might have been a half or a full.
I see.
Mm.
Watching that video, I don't think the race cop was trying to injure this guy. I think he just put his hand out. I don't think he like pushed him. So the fact that he dislocated his arm I don't think it was the race cop's fault, to be honest.
Yeah, the more you watch it, right, the more you realize that like he kind of just like stood there and wanted to like maybe stop him sternly.
Yeah.
But not necessarily knock him to the ground. Although this race cop shows no regard for the guy. He's just looking for his next target. Like,
yeah. I mean, he's really locked into, I guess, his role on that course.
Oh.
I think it's tricky. If Don Jose was trying to get into this race and he made every single effort to like get a bib and he just couldn't, and then he decided I'm just going to run it. I mean, sometimes races are overcrowded, and maybe this race was lined up with his training week for the marathon, and it just made sense. And he was like, I need to be in this race, and I can't get in, so I will just run it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if his intentions were pure. But if his intentions were like, I don't want to pay for this race, and yeah, I don't want to pay, and I'm just going to show up and do it, then that gets a bit tricky, because then no one should pay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
It's tough because I am seeing the world of races get so crowded that like when you have a big race like that, and then you say you have another 2,000 or 3,000 people showing up, it can ruin the experience for the other racers, because a race is prepared to have a certain number of people. Like you were in Paris, you saw Shari, your sister, run the Paris Marathon, which was an incredibly crowded marathon.
Yes.
Shari was looking to break the 4-hour mark. She did not, and I think a big reason for that was because she kept sidestepping people. There are too many people in these races. And so if you have more people banditing, I think it's a problem that needs to be figured out, but also maybe not by using physical force. I think what they need to do is like, they need to, I don't think there's much good that's going to come out of like this crazy facial recognition software that's being rolled out in the world. Like there are these Amazon stores now where you just like walk in, grocery stores, walk in, grab your groceries, walk out without paying, because Amazon has already realized that you're there and it gets taken from your account. I think you probably need a way in, but that's all. Like you go in, you take the stuff, and you come back. There's no cashier, there's no self-checkout. They just know you're there. Eventually, we'll have this tech at races as well, I think. Because then it'll remove all the complications with the bibs and stuff. Like maybe you'll just need a little chip and they'll know. And so if we get there, they'll also be able to tell and reveal who's banditing as well.
Right.
And then it's like a, man, I'm literally explaining the social credit score in China. This is bad. We do not want. This is not something I want.
I don't like this idea.
Like they can just watch you and then shame you and
this
then like
sounds
not
like a
let
privacy.
you fly.
This sounds like a whole privacy thing.
Yeah, no, it would be bad. But I'm wondering what racing like that is going to look like in the next 10 years. Like we probably will eventually have the technology to like know who's banditing a race.
Yeah, it's tough to say because. Like you could argue that it's good for people to run. So even if they're banditing, like they're doing something healthy, but
why can't they do that somewhere else?
Or on a different day, or yeah. So that argument doesn't really hold either. So yeah, I feel bad that he dislocated his shoulder, but I don't think that the race cop was trying to push him. Mm-hmm. That's my take from watching that. I think he just stuck out his arm and Don Jose went straight into it.
Shout out to Don Jose. I hope he's doing better.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I hope he makes his marathon.
Yeah, me too. Although with a dislocated shoulder and a couple weeks to go, that would be tough. But it's true. If you just like extend your arm out and someone's coming at full speed, and he's not a big man.
At race speed.
race speed, race pace, and not a very imposing man. Like he's smaller and also probably exhausted from whether that's a half or a full. So yeah, tough.
Yep.
So bandits, we say yes, we say no. I think people should just I think people should do every effort that they can to pay for races. There are organizations that put these up. The business model doesn't work, and the experience gets diluted when there are too many people in the race. But I also realize that this is a worldwide problem right now, that people can't get into races. In our other podcasts, like the flagship podcast, Marathon Handbook, someone sent in an audience question because he had gotten into London and he didn't want to do it for a few different reasons. But he was like, geez, I feel like I have to because everyone gets rejected. And here I am, I got accepted.
Right.
It feels like a huge privilege because the majority of people do not get into these big races. So it's like, I get it. Audience comments. We have one more.
Okay.
Shall we get into it?
Yes.
I just pulled this one from Dan Vander Weyden. Sorry, Dan. Dan finds it funny that Alexis said 3 months ago that she, in italics, absolutely did not want Alex to coach her. And now she's the one asking him to make her a training plan.
Oh, Dan, you're so right. You're so right.
Too.
What happened, Dan? Maybe I got coaxed into marriage. Maybe I'm being held against my own will on this podcast.
Blink twice.
I'm blinking like 5 times.
Sometimes I wonder if like people are watching this and they're like, she's really running a lot. Like, does she feel like she has to do that?
Yeah. I can happily say I came to this on my own accord. Because I'm such a stubborn person. If Alex tells me to do anything, I will probably say no until I want to do it. And he knows this about me. He's like smirking over here.
Yes. And this is what like.
And also, Dan, I'm not sure if this coaching idea is a good idea. To be frank,
we really don't know.
We'll find out in the next couple of episodes how this is going, how it's impacting our marriage, which I'm pretty sure it will. So. To be continued whether this is a good idea, but for now, he's my only idea.
Yeah, this was out of a marriage of convenience in terms of coach-athlete, not in terms of our actual wedding. But yeah, call this an arranged coach-to-athlete marriage, if you will.
I feel like that's illegal.
I think you're right. And on that note, I think this is it for this week's episode. So like what we want to do for the next few weeks is a weekly check-in on how the training is going, a good way to follow along with Alexis's journey. And with me, things are far less beginning and more so ending / in the thick of things. Our next episode, so this will come out on Tuesday. In a week from the day that this episode comes out, we will have the following show, which would be episode 13, and it's going to be an instant reaction podcast to the Canadian Half Marathon Championship. So Alexis and I will actually be a part.
Yes.
And I'll be in Edmonton, Canada, lucky me, and you'll be here. So we'll do a virtual podcast, and we're going to talk all about the race. It'll probably be emotional one way or the other. I've set big goals, nearly impossible, but we got to go for it.
Yes.
And so I'm looking forward to debriefing. I'm looking forward for this race to be over. I feel like I've been hyping it up for a really long time. So it's gonna be fun to like break it down, get some closure, and
we all wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. That's gonna be fun. And that's it. And then we're gonna keep going with Alexis's early fall training plan, and then my pivot towards the Valencia Half Marathon. So that's gonna be next.
So if I start a fall training plan in the summer, is it fall?
It is not fall.
Okay.
It is not
Just
fall.
Back to that first question.
It is not fall. We have 6 more weeks of summer. Let's not be a Scrooge. Let's enjoy them.
All right.
Come on. Summer's not over. And thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
As usual, if you want to see something in particular, throw us a comment. We like to read all of them. It's fun to know what's resonating and what you like to listen to. And comments, concerns, questions, soft criticism, hard criticism, all of it, we'll take it. It's cool to interact with people who are listening to us, and we realize that you're coming from all around the world now, so that's like really neat. So thanks for being with us, and yeah, follow us on Instagram. We have our own Instagram. We have a Marathon Handbook's Instagram, just a bunch of running news, website, newsletter, Marathon Handbook YouTube channel, which is this podcast, whole network of podcasts, shoe reviews, video essays, pretty much everything running. Like if you're a running nerd, there's something in there for you. So find us online. We are there. And did I leave anything out?
I think that's great.
Okay.
Have a good week, guys.
À la prochaine.